Hello, everyone.
Howdy.
It's William and Andrew here from Allegory Gallery, and we are in our home office because it's been a wild day.
Holy smokes.
It's been a wild 2 days at least.
You know how we celebrated Labor Day?
By laboring.
Correct. Labor.
And we're still laboring.
Labor.com up in here.
Whew.
Don't Google that because I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we don't know what that is.
You could be like going to some birthing site or something.
We don't know. So if you're out there, I know I set this for 5 after 5 just because I know us. And we actually got here a little earlier than that. So yes, proud of us.
Who are we?
I know we're actually earlier than what we said because we said we'd be later because we know us.
Correct. We're learning our own ways.
Right. So if you're out there, please say hello. Today is going to be Tool Buy-Out Fundraiser Lots. We've been doing this Tool Buy-Out, and you'll be maybe, hopefully, happy to know that we picked up some of our first tools today from this whole buyout thing. That was the morning time.
Early morning time.
We
had to run to the bank, get the money, go
get it, pick it up. At first, we had to unpack the van from last night because we've been rearranging the entire store. Scrolling back.
Scroll back.
Yesterday.
So we are doing 2 tool buyouts, and we're trying to outfit the new space in Johnstown, update tools at the cottage, and actually get some tools for the store because some of the tools are a little bit,
wouldn't that be nice?
Raggedy Ann style.
I have like 1 pair of pliers at the store.
And I use them and they look a little bit horrendous.
So we're buying out tools.
From 2 different people.
2 different people. One of the groups of people we got today, and they have more. We only got what we could get so far. They have more that we want.
I just like that little meme, the little girl on the meme. It would be nice.
I heard it the whole ride home.
It would be nice.
So they have some good stuff that we might get. Including some lampwork stuff, which would be different for us because we don't have that right now.
You have to remember refresh because it's been how many years?
Oh my goodness. I only did that once when we were in Hawaii. It's the only time I've ever tried lampwork glass.
And he picked it up like a natural. The person we learned from, he is like, these are better than mine.
No, he did nicely say that it was hard to tell his from mine or mine from his, which was kind of him. But so yes, so we got some of the stuff. Thank you all for supporting these fundraisers. That allows us to do this. We got some good stuff today.
And we've been closed the past couple of days, so we're kind of fighting a deficit.
Yeah, we're closed. And we've not been online because it's been the weekend and a holiday. And we've been closed in the store because of remodeling. Which
is also costing money.
Where's
the fire? We'll burn some money.
I know. We are enlarging the back room so that we can have 2 classroom tables back there. Hopefully by this Friday, we'll have that ready.
Because the merchant thing is this weekend.
Our merchant, Meet the Merchant is Saturday. And my wood fire, and I'm supposed to go to wood fire kiln this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's going to be interesting. I'm supposed to do a 6-hour shift watching the kiln. So
holy smokes. When is that?
This Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
You need to get nailed down that time period so we can coordinate.
Yeah, I know. You're telling me. I just found out about it because I wasn't getting the emails. I don't know why. Because they came from the teacher. I was looking for the place I took the class, but the email came from the teacher, and I didn't know that was happening. So I was searching my email for the wrong thing. And so I finally got it. So that is happening at some point. I don't know if it's going to be as required. It sounds like it's a little more, because there are more people putting stuff in the kiln than just us.
Do you have did you have stuff in the online store for that you made pottery?
There's only like one thing left.
Oh.
One vessel, my wonky vase, and I have 2 bracelets in the online store right now. Speaking of the online store, our Labor Day sale is still happening. That's 20% off almost everything in the online store. Originally we had Halloween out of there, but most of the Halloween collection is actually included in the sale. The only thing I know for sure that is out is the William Tries Things stuff, because I had just put my pottery out there and my bracelets, and I didn't want to put them on sale just after I put them out. So that's happening, and that will be going on through 11:59 p.m. Eastern time tonight. So if you haven't saved 20% in our online store, there's a lot of good stuff, y'all. There is a lot of good stuff in there. I know some people have sent some emails. I've tried to answer what I can. We have been crazy busy with the back store remodeling, or the back room of the store remodeling. We had to take our partition wall and cut it down to a smaller size, which was no easy feat. Cutting a wall that's already built. We did that. We are moving furniture around. We got 2 glass cases that we have had in storage for a little bit, and those are being moved around in the store. We finally, I think, found a place for those. We've been moving some of the bookcases and furniture around in the store. We are planning on getting some pegboard to make more pegboard sections in the back room, but we haven't done that yet. We haven't gotten that far, gotten to Lowe's. And Andrew and I are going to be busy tonight. He has a Society of Inclusive Blacksmith meeting tonight, and I have filming with Jen tonight. So I have to be out of here by about 6:15 at the latest to get up to the cottage to film with Jen tonight. So yeah, it's been busy. We've been crazy. Let me say hi to y'all out here. Who's here? Hello, Cheryl. Thanks for joining in. We are here at our 5 o'clock time, which is a rarity these days, it seems like, but we were able to get here at 5 o'clock today, even though the store is a disaster right now, y'all. It is a mess. But hopefully it won't take too long to pull everything back together and get it into some usable shape before tomorrow when we open. But it's a mess right now. It is a mess. But you have to move things to improve things sometimes. That's just the way it is. We have another table that we have to get down there and get painted. So I don't know how much we're going to get done tonight before we reopen tomorrow, but we have to get it in some sort of condition to reopen tomorrow. Hello, Norma. Hello, Teresa says, got my potion charms and Andrew's drawing of the Phoenix today. Awesome.
Oh, great.
Thank you. His ACEO card? Nice.
Oh boy, I feel shaky, y'all.
I know. We're living on a lot of exertion and not a lot of food, or not a lot of
oh, you know what else? We didn't get to go to the Amish today.
No, totally forgot about that.
What time is it?
It's 5:15 right now. So we didn't get to do that. We were planning on doing that earlier, and that didn't happen. We've been going back and forth between the cottage, the store, and the house.
And part of the road is closed again.
Part of the road is closed again. And we thought we'd be going another trip up to the cottage to check the Amish farm stand, and we didn't do that.
We probably should, because that's how our groceries for the week is pretty much supplied through there.
I know.
The past couple of weeks.
I know.
Maybe I'll do the live and you go run up.
Well, why don't you go run up? You know them. Here. I may not know all the people in the live, though. But you're a better grocery shopper.
I need it. I feel like a week.
It's hot. It's hot here. It is back to in the high 80s. with the humidity, which is like cutting it through a knife. Like you can, my hair is like just, it's just dead.
And then, did you tell them how Jen is filming tonight?
I did. You're having a meeting. Jen is filming. We're still trying to do stuff in the store tonight at some point. We got home at what, 3 a.m. last night?
I may have to have a lie down.
I know. We didn't, Andrew didn't sleep very much, especially. I went to bed, but I could not sleep because hopefully it's not too loud for y'all. Andrew turned the fan on. I couldn't sleep because my whole body was like, you ever have one, you lay in bed and your body feels like it's vibrating? It was the exertion.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, we were adrenalized. I don't know. Hello, Harry. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm just gonna have a personal moment with the spam for a second.
Marianne is here. Hello, Marianne. Let's see who else is.
Did you tell them about Jen's tutorial on Saturday?
No. Hello, Norma. Hello, Diane. Marianne says improvements always take more time than you think. It's true.
If we just did only what we talked about, we would have been done.
Yeah, but of course we don't.
So then we start rearranging the furniture.
I was saying we got glass cases we had in storage. We decided to move those in right now. We were just going to move the back wall back. That's pretty much, we did that. And take the stuff out of the store and put it in the garage for now. We did that, most of that. And then we said, oh, we have these glass cases. Instead of
we were going to put those in the back room.
They were going to go in the back room, but now they went in the front room. So then we had to rearrange the front room and move furniture around. And anybody want a desk? We have a desk for sale. Are you local? You want it? Everybody?
$50.
What's that?
$50.
50. Oh, I thought it was 60. $50. We have
hand painted with love.
Old desk. If anybody has ever seen that purple desk that's in our place, in our store, you can get it for $50 if you want it.
I think if you spent just a little bit more time with a little bit of that gold paste.
Gold paste.
Just hit it a little bit in the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
That look real good.
Harry says, I got 3 strands from you today. Great looking stuff. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Before, I'm gonna head out to go to the Amish stand real fast, because otherwise you don't have groceries for the week. And then we'll be crying and eating fast food every day. But anyway, so I got invited to participate in Pentaculum, which is an invite-only artist retreat.
Isn't that cool?
That should happen in January. So
fundraiser for January coming up.
It's gonna be a fundraiser for the end of the week coming up.
Norma has got my unbroken AG Bead Fam mug yesterday. That's awesome. Norma says it's 90 degrees and miserable here. Yeah, it's 86 here and the humidity is awful. Hello, Suzanne. Look, Barnaby jumped up to say hi to Cinnamon. Says he hasn't seen her in a while. Huh. Good boy.
Says, honey.
He's a good boy.
That's me, Barnaby.
It is.
Your long lost love.
Haven't seen each other in a while.
They need to go on a Zoom.
Harry says, today is our 41st wedding anniversary and we are having a feast. Turkey breast, fresh brown wheat honey bread, green bean casserole, and apple cake.
That sounds good.
Happy anniversary. And that sounds delicious. Yeah. Kathleen is here with us. Hello. Marianne says, Tao. Hi, Barnaby, right? Suzanne had another order today. Thank you. And Cinnamon says, hi, Barnaby. See that? He's a good boy. He likes to sit with me when we do the live, huh? He's my buddy. He follows me around. Huh. Yeah. I come upstairs, he goes upstairs. I go downstairs, he runs downstairs. He's my buddy. Marion says, it's actually quite cool here today with lots of smoke. That's no good. Cool is nice, but smoke, no good. So there's so much going on, everybody. And this week feels like it's cut short. Like it's long. It was a nice long weekend, kind of, but short. And I don't know. I'm like in, you know, when your brain's in the middle of everything, that's exactly what I feel like right now. So we're going to do more lots today. We have lots of lots. I don't know how many we're going to get through before I have to go or Andrew has to go. He's gone now to go to the Amish fruit, well, vegetable stand mostly. They have some peaches and things usually. So the Amish farmers market stand, and we're going to take a look at some of these lots. What is going on with all of you? How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. Our weekend was busy, but it was nice. We got things started that we've been wanting to do for a long time now. We've been wanting to expand. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. We've been wanting to expand the back room space for months. Like really, really, it's ever since we moved the online store shipping into Star Cottage Studio. We've been wanting to move that back room, and it's just been finally getting to it now. And we're not getting all that we want done, but we're hoping to get enough done that it makes more sense. We have another table in the back, um, and more room to put more stuff out because we have lots and lots of stuff, like about 100 boxes of rocks and fossils in our dining room still that we just don't have room for. So hopefully we'll get some of that stuff out. We're planning on maybe putting a little mini coffee bar, coffee and tea bar in the store, maybe. Um, we have a little Keurig in there, and so we may stock it with some stuff and leave it out for people to be able to make their own coffee and stuff. So um, I think that would be a nice addition. Um, we're going to put it in the back room, so it's probably going to be mainly for people who come for classes and stuff, you know. We always have it, but we're trying to make it more prominent, maybe, so that people can help themselves more. Because if we get busy and we forget to offer, then it'll be there. So we're planning on doing that, hopefully. And we have some painting we have to do because we took down some shelving and moved some things around and revealed places on the wall where there are holes that we need to fill and cover over. So that's all supposed to happen tonight. So we'll see. We'll see how that is. Teresa's working on our new floor display for our customers in Alaska and for our wholesale vendor events this fall. That's nice. That's awesome. I know it's a lot of work. We were talking with the people we did the buyout with this morning, and they go to a lot of shows. And so we've been talking about doing more shows ourselves, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how we can fit that in the plans, but it's a way to, you know, kind of get more publicity because things are slow. Things are slow. Let me move this down a little bit. The sale in the online store has been a little bit slower than usual, which I'm surprised a little bit, but and the foot traffic, especially, well, it's especially slow when you're closed. We've been closed for 2 days to do this remodeling. So we have to get back open tomorrow. But I also have my pottery class tomorrow, so I can't work on much in the evenings. And then you'll notice I'm here Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I switched days at my other job so that I could finish, hopefully, work with Andrew to finish the store remodel today. And we did get a good bit done this afternoon, which was nice, which we wouldn't have, excuse me, if I had gone to my other job. So on Friday, I'll be at my other job while Jen is in the store with classes. So I'll be in the store Wednesday and Thursday, but that is really it. So Saturday is Meet the Merchants. That's our big little kind of our little cluster, our cluster of stores. We have Sensational Candles. We have Cecilia's Main Street Tattoo, and we have us. We're the main ones hosting the event in our backyard at the store, and then we have Wandering Spirits coming in, and they're going to provide free tastings. We have, these are alcoholic tastings. We have Roman's Pizza. I believe they're bringing some pizza by, or some snacks of some sort. And we have Simply Good Catering, and they are bringing a wonderful spread as well. They always do. And then I think we call him Juice. I blanked on his actual name. Anyway, Juice from the tattoo from Cecilia's. He is bringing he made some barbecue last year, and he's bringing the barbecue again. So it should be fun. So if you're local and you're available, it's from, I believe, 3 to 7 p.m. this Saturday. Stop by and hang out with us all. Let's see here. Harry says, my store at Etsy has been way down for 2 months. I sold one painting and a mint box sculpture today. That was wonderful after not much going out. Yeah, things have been incredibly slow. It's not just us. We've been talking with our neighbors and some of the other stores in town, and it's been slow. And we're pushing as hard as we can. We're doing these fundraiser lots. And we talked about this a little bit, like if we make money in the online store while we're doing these fundraiser lots, which was the idea, then this money gets to go to the tool buyout. But if the online store is too slow, then we got to use some of this money to supplement the income, to pay the things that we owe. You know, it's like the mortgages, the rent, the utilities. So that's why these are, people are asking, why is it going on so long? That's why. We're still fundraising. We're still doing this. Today, we have things from both Andrew's personal stash and mine. You may not know it, but William, yes, me, I have a personal stash of beads. Oftentimes, especially when we do artisan shows like the Art of the Bead, which we have some Art of the Bead things that I'm letting go of today, maybe if somebody buys them, but if not, they will go back into my personal collection. But I've sorted through some things in my personal collection, and we're offering those up for sale. Andrew did the same thing. So yeah, plus there's some mishmash of things that we found in the back room as we were loading up the van and unloading the van. So we've got an interesting mix of things today at various price points. Yeah, lots of different price points, and so I hope you enjoy it. Let me see, what time is it? It's just about 5:30. At 5:30 here, we'll let some more people. I see some more people coming in. Susan has joined us. Amanda has joined us. Thank you all for hanging out with us today. Andrew will be back in a little bit. I'm hoping I don't get to anything that I need him for right away, because he knows all the names of all the things. I forget them, and I didn't write them down because he was going to be here with me. So we're going to go through, and if I don't know who made something, then we will you can send us an email or whatever you want to do. We are going to have lot numbers though. And let me put up the banner too. There it is. To purchase from this video, take down each lot number and send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. And of course, if you like us, please share. Please hit the like. Please hit the love. Please subscribe to us on YouTube if you're there, or follow us or like us on Facebook if you're there. Yeah, it's been busy, and I feel like we're constantly rushing lately, like whether I'm rushing in my brain or rushing in physical life, rushing. Hello, Donna. Thanks for joining in. Amanda says, wow, is it ever hot here? It feels like 38 to 41 today. That's really hot, right? 38 to 41 Celsius? Like, I know like 30 is like 90. 30 degrees Celsius is like 90 degrees here in Fahrenheit. So that's insane. I don't know what that is, but that's too hot. We are 86 and it feels awful. After the pleasant, like we've had a really pretty pleasant summer. And after that, this has felt not so good. And of course, it happens when we're doing all the manual labor in the world. We are tearing down things. And of course, inside the store is fairly nice. We have the air conditioner, right? But you go from the air conditioner to the outside because we're packing up the van. We must have packed up the van 5 or 6 times, and our little car. And we're running up to the cottage, running stuff to the house, putting stuff in the garage temporarily until we get things sorted, and then we can bring some stuff back into the store. It's been incredibly humid and hot to do that work. And we both were like, of course, the time we decide to do this is when it's going to get hot here, because it's been really nice. It's been really nice. Looks like Teresa. Hello, Teresa. Teresa's joined in. Thanks for being here with us. So yeah, Andrew's going to join us again in a little bit, but he went out to the Amish farm stand to get us vegetables, because that's pretty much what we've been living on lately. It's been really good. We get good prices and we get a lot of stuff, and it lasts us most of the week. Andrew makes it last, so we don't have to spend too much money to get the goods, which is really good right now. Because everyone in town is slow, and I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. Um, Harry said his store is slow. Our online store is slow. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. In our online store for the sale, we might have had about 5 orders for the whole weekend, maybe 6. So that's how slow it is. Usually we're getting a few sales a day on a regular day. They're not always big, but there's something coming in. But when you have a 20% sale and you get like 6 orders, that's hard. Let's see. Janice has been listening to Jimmy Buffett. I know, that's so sad. It's so sad. Last 3 days, just turned it off to listen to this. Thank you for listening to us. We appreciate it. Harry says, my outdoor cats were panting in the shade and drinking lots of water. Yeah. It's hot out there. I go running. I've been running around the neighborhood, and I'm a little sunburnt. You can tell, like, between running and you can see between running and all this moving we've been doing out in the sun. It's been hot. But I go running, and there's one particular house, and it's like there's like 3 houses, like kind of like a row, and there are these cats that lay outside of this house. And I'm always like concerned about them because they stand outside laying on the sidewalk, and they're like panting, or they look like they're like dying, like oozing out on like they're just turning into a puddle. But they're there all the time, and they must be fine, because when I run by in a week, like I've seen them. I don't always run that circuit, but when I do run by, same cats, still doing okay. So, but it's hot out there for animals. And yeah, Jimmy Buffett, sad times. I didn't really get into Jimmy Buffett until I was in college. My one coworker at the Roadster factory, where I still work, he was definitely a parrot head, and he got me into it a little bit. We go on trips for car shows, and we'd listen to it a lot. But my one favorite album, like I have not heard all of his music, but one of my favorite albums is Beach House on the Moon, and Apple Music doesn't have it. Thankfully, I have the album uploaded to my music library because I really like that album. But it's one I think not a lot of people know. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. Anyway, I don't know what your favorite one is, Janice, but that's one of mine. Susan says, got my hair cut and did 2 loads of laundry. Been living off our homegrown tomatoes and peppers. Good for salads. Yeah, we've been living. We don't have much homegrown. We have 2 little tomato plants that we planted, and we've been getting some of the little dark, not the dark purple, but they're like dark greenish, heading to the dark purplish color, but not quite there. I forget what they're called, but we've had a few of those. Definitely not enough to sustain us, but I wish we'd have a garden, but we definitely wouldn't have time this year, unfortunately. Let's see. Sanders says, same. No sales from 20% off for me. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's politics. Like, they're already starting to talk elections, and people get weird around that time. It's just been sales are down. If you have a small business around you that you love, please support them. because I'm guessing it's hard for a lot of people right now. It's definitely hard for us. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. We're lucky in that we have this large supply of things in our personal Andrew's personal collection, and in our store that we can sell. But it's hard. It's hard. So I'm sorry, Sandra. I know uh, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Um, and uh, you can have like we have what 8,200 followers on Facebook, which sounds like a lot of people to me. Like we're one of the biggest in our town, definitely. And um, but you do not when you post on it, you do not reach 8,200 people. I wish we could. There's a new tag out there which we've been very hesitant to use, but there's a new Facebook tag that I've seen popping up in the last few weeks. It's kind of secret, I guess. It's not. I've searched Google. I've searched the search engines. I cannot find that the tag actually works. But I just tried it without actually hitting go post, and it seems like it should work. So, but it's like the group when you tag at everyone in the groups. And you know how many people, if you've been in any groups, you may have heard people do not like that tag very much. So we've been very hesitant to use the one that would hit all of our followers on our page, which is 8,200 some people. But it might be time. It might be time. We'll see. Um, I don't know, but it's hard. It's hard. Um, let's see here. Oh, comments jumped. Sorry. Marion says cats generally do better in heat than dogs as long as they have access to water. Yeah, I know cats that just lay around and just calm down, right? Um, I know our house here is even a little bit warm. Um, we've been trying to keep it cooler, but we don't like to freeze either, which is the hard part because we'll turn it off, and then we leave the house and we come back and it's like, oh, it's too hot, and then we turn it on and it's like, oh, we're sitting here freezing because we don't have central air, so we have to turn them on in various rooms and equalize between the downstairs and the upstairs and which room has air conditioning, which ones don't. Um, so our cats, though, even are lounging a little bit more these past few days. They've not been eating as much and lounging around more. Hello, Donna. Thanks for joining us today. Good to see you. Donna says, I've always loved Jimmy Buffett. Yes, it's fun. Marion says, I always think of Margaritaville. Yep. Yep. Margaritaville. That's a good album and good song. It's 87 here with the clouds, says Susan, but humidity isn't terrible. Supposed to have storms tonight after a front goes through. Usually by mid-September, we're out of the awful upper hundreds and the 90s and the humidity situation. Yeah, I think sometimes I feel like here, September kind of is the peak heat. We start to get really hot in August and September. I don't know if that's true or if that's just my brain thinking that, but that's what I feel like. I feel like it tends to get really hot in September, and then we start, cooling down again, heading into October. Amanda's been barbecuing outside all weekend to avoid using the oven. I don't blame you. We've had the oven on. It's not a fun thing. It's not been fun. Jenna says he did a lot of albums I didn't know about until this weekend. His concerts were some of the best. We even got our daughter to go to one, and she loved it. Great people watching. I bet. I wish I could have gone to one of his concerts. I think that would have been fun and probably would have met a lot of cool people. Hard to decide which is my favorite album suggests. I know, right? I don't know a lot of his albums. I know songs, and that's one thing with me. Like, I know songs a lot, but I don't know albums, what they were on. But Beach House on the Moon came out during the time when I was kind of very getting into him a lot. And I think that's why it just kind of stuck. The songs are kind of cute and whimsical, like a lot of his stuff is, and I really like it. Harry says, I went to print a card for my wife today, and the small color printer refused. So I went to send it to the big all-in-one printer, and it told me no longer supported, no drivers. I had to buy a new one. That's crazy. I don't know. I guess I've had that happen before, maybe, but like we have some pretty old printers that we use between here and my other job. that I'm really surprised the new operating systems work with. But luckily, we've had an okay time. So I'm sorry to hear that. That's no good. Um, that's weird. Do you use Macs or Windows? Apple or Windows? Because sometimes I know Apple provides drivers, and um, I had a problem with HP printers at my other job with the new Macs because it's supposed to come with the software for the printers installed, pre-installed, but it doesn't. So there's an HP printer driver update available from Apple that you have to download, and then it makes all the HP printers, like the past HP printers, work. So I don't know if you're using Macs, maybe that would work for you, or if you're using Windows, I don't know if they have the same thing. Let's see what's going here. Donna says Jimmy was also known for giving to various charities. That's good. Teresa's making a pasta dish with fresh tomatoes, asparagus, artichokes, garlic, and basil. That's awesome. Amanda says, I haven't had to sell my Etsy shop since June. Ah, I'm sorry. I know. It is hard. Like, when we say it's hard, like, we're not pretending. We're not pretending. Like, we're feeling the crunch right now. We're feeling the crunch. So, like I said, if you know small businesses out there that you love, please support them. They need it. I can almost guarantee it. They need it right now. Amanda says, I haven't put anything in my new shop in months, so that could be part of why. Yeah, I know. Like, we've been showing a lot of these, so I guess I haven't put a lot in the online store, but we've been doing Halloween stuff. And so, yeah, I think it's just, there's something in the air, and we need to push that air away, push the air away, push that bad air, stale air away, and get some things going again. Susan says cats were originally desert animals descended from African desert cats. I did not know that. Sandra says, I really wonder how much Shopify is a problem, because this weekend said my preview wasn't working, which meant people couldn't check out. I don't know. I have not gotten anybody saying that they couldn't check out, or sending an email saying they were having issues. And I was in the store here and there, and ours didn't seem to have a problem, but I don't know. I didn't hear about that. Harry says, I got a Canon Pixma G6020 wireless mega tank all-in-one printer. That's good. Those mega tanks, those big tank ones, are nice. They're good. Susan says it would be impossible to live in this house without AC. We tried this summer after a multiple day power loss. We were both starting to get sick from the heat. Yeah, I grew up in never having air conditioning. My house didn't have it. My grandparents' houses didn't have it. So everywhere I went, there was no air conditioning growing up. And I know it got hot. I don't know if it got as hot as it. I feel like it was the same, but it was to the point, like, when I was in air conditioning, I would end up feeling sick. Like, the air conditioning felt like it made me sick. But now I can't even imagine. There were many nights I had a very hard time sleeping. Like, I would sleep with like fans blowing on me and still couldn't sleep. And that's because of the heat. I need cool times. And they say our body, the cooling down is what, motivates our brain to put us to sleep. And when you can't cool down, that's pretty hard. Comments jumped again. Hello. Howdy. We're still chatting.
Oh, good.
We didn't even get to stuff yet, which is, what'd you bring me?
I normally don't get goodies, but this time...
You got goodies. What did you get here? These look like raisin cookies.
It's called raisin puffs.
Raisin puffs? Those look good. And then what are these puffs? Peanut butter. I feel like I want one of those right now.
I'm going to.
Andrew's like, don't mind me behind the camera.
Correct. My blood sugar is low.
Donna says, have you sold your desk? If not, I'll push it on my Facebook. We have not. So, at least not that I know of. So please do. If anybody wants a desk, $50. Painted. Pretty nice desk. It's an old desk. It's like I think it's an antique desk. But we're just not going to use it anymore. Genesis, for small business, is it always slow this time of year, or is it just this year? Normally, this is like peak season. Like, this is where money's coming in. People are spending it. It's summer. People are having a good time and doing things, and it's like right now. We've been talking with them, and a lot of them have not, like, they have Etsy's. Harry's not had many sales. Sandra's not had any sales with a 20% sale. Amanda hasn't had any sales in her Etsy shop since June, she said. So it's just been slow. Harry says, I post at least one pair of earrings and a necklace plus dolls each day. And you haven't had many sales either. That's hard. Let's see here. Suzanne said, I had no problem with the website. That's good. Thank you. Good to know. Sandra's having problems with her Shopify site over the weekend.
Oh, no.
I know. Oh, I can smell that peanut butter from here. Amanda says, summer is usually so slow for my shop. October usually picks up. I don't know. We usually have a pretty good summer, but it's hard right now. They say those look delicious. Goodies, are you sharing? Marianne says the peanut butter cookies look so good. Oops.
They're good.
Harry says, Amanda, I just went to your shop and the jewelry looks nice. Some people are favoriting Amanda's shop. Thank you all. Yeah, go visit it. I think she listed the name up above. I missed that, but I saw it real quick. Donna says, have you been baking? No. He picked those up at the Amish food stand right here in town.
Is Donna the one local?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have it on Tuesdays from 2 to 6, Donna, here in town. And the Amish come out and set up a little food stand out on 7-Eleven.
Dude looks like Michael Landon from Little House on the
Oh, really? I've never seen them.
I've seen him before.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the one that does your cousins.
Oh, I don't know if he goes out there. Because my cousin owns a little mini storage facility in a few towns over, and they sometimes use their parking lot to set up and do that too.
Because it's in the exact middle of town.
Yeah.
It's so weird that that's
the
like
center.
that's the middle, like the downtown is like a storage unit and some houses.
I know. Well, there's the 7-Eleven or the Mart, the little gas station, and there's a pizza shop there, and my barber where I used to go get my hair cut when I was closer there, she was there. I don't know if she's still there or not. But yeah, it's that's the bustling intersection of the two roads coming through town.
There was a cafe there, and they had a good cream pie.
What?
It was a cream pie.
Oh, here today?
No.
Oh.
At New Florence in that cafe.
Oh.
Was it cream pie?
I don't remember.
Some kind of custard. I can't remember if it was buttermilk pie. I don't think it was buttermilk because I would have remembered that. But it was similar to buttermilk.
Janice says, wouldn't it be fun if we could share things with each other by just passing them through the computer or phone? Wouldn't surprise me if in the future you'll be able to. They are making that you can touch phones with that NFC thing, touch phones, and you can transfer information. Apple's next operating system is going to let you share things like that more often than they do now in more ways. So I'm excited for that. That's happening on the 12th. All that stuff is Apple's new releases. The new phone's probably going to come out on the 12th, or at least be released or tell us about it on the 12th. Okay, I better get started because I'm talking too much. Let's get started, y'all. We're going to see the ceiling for a little bit. We're still primitive here, doing our primitive flipping of the camera. There we go.
So peanut butter cookies were crunchy. And they kind of, these puffs, I wonder if they use apple in this. Like a cinnamon apple cookie. Kind of soft in the middle.
Sounds delicious, both of them. He says, no, they were terrible.
Must be nice.
I know. I can't eat. Make Andrew come over here and talk about these lots for now.
Did you tell them how these were your picks?
I did. These are from my collection. My collection, some of them. Some from Andrew's, some from my personal collection.
Because we try to buy something from every show we have.
Yeah, every time we have a show of beads especially, and even art too, we try to get something, and sometimes I acquire it. And so we're going to be letting some of it go. The first thing is, this is TB for Tool Buy-Out this time. Tool Buy-Out. Number one, and $12 for this Gollum Studios cabochon. Gollum Studios cabochon. Isn't it pretty?
If you put a glue-on bail, you could put that on easy if you don't.
Yeah, you could glue on bail it here if you wanted to. But pretty nice. There it is. TB1. If you want that, send it to us in an email. The instructions are going across the bottom. Purchase from this video, take down the lot number, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. You can put the TB1 just in the subject line, and you'll be good to go. All right. I should have brought that other case up here. Whoa, what's happening? There it is. They're getting out of order here. Getting out of order. All right. Everybody's talking about food talk making me hungry. I know. Andrew's literally eating in front of me, and I can't have any. He's literally eating in front of me.
Oh, well.
He says, oh, well.
You don't want me to low blood sugar, do you?
Uh-huh. All right. Next up, TB2.
He likes me nice, y'all.
Now, who made this one?
Louise Mahaffrey.
Louise Mahaffrey. Louise Mahaffrey. This is a beautiful. I mean, look at the colors. Look at the quality in that. Lampwork glass bead. Originally $55. Part of my personal collection. TB2. $50 for you all if you'd like it. A little bit of a discount there.
She's a Pennsylvania artist.
Pennsylvania artist.
You know, she used to come and do fort days.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. One of her family members lived in Latrobe.
Oh, okay. So there you go. This was from our Art of the Bead show. We did Art of the Bead lampwork glass beads. So all the beads on the art wall were lampwork glass by various artists. And they each sent us like 8 or 9 beads, I think. And we put them up on the wall.
I told them to send a variety so that people could see. You know, sometimes when you see just one work, it's not always a good representation of what they actually make.
Right.
Like one of my friends, she was super excited about a bead she made, but it was like a mermaid. It was like a figurative mermaid, and it was like so different from what she normally makes. So after that, I asked them for that kind of show to send a couple different versions.
Mm-hmm. All right. What is going on? Suzanne says, I still think it's Monday. Isn't it? I don't know what day it is.
Yeah, normally you're at your other job.
I know. Normally I'm not even here, so it's really weird for me. This was Karen Leonardo, right? That one. Karen Leonardo.
She's also PA.
TB3. This is a beautiful, look at this little butterfly up here. I think that's why I chose this bead for my collection. She had this little butterfly in here, but I think it's just a beautiful, there's another one on that side. Just a beautiful bead. 58 originally, down to 52, a little bit of a sale for y'all.
She lives in Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
So just a gorgeous lampwork glass bead.
You think you'd see each other all the time.
I know. Excuse me. I have been sneezing and yawning all day. Marianne says TB3 is awesome, right? That's why I had it in my personal collection.
It looks like a landscape to me.
Mm-hmm. Like a butterfly in fields, flying through the flowers. Huh?
Like a surrealist field.
Yeah.
Or expressionist, where it's like very gestural. Normally I don't get videos, but I was
Hungry.
yeah, it was already made. I have to cook it.
Getting close to hangry. Did you get a lot of good stuff? Or did we make it too late again?
I was gonna get a pumpkin, but I didn't bring enough money.
Mm. You had more than usual, so you must have got a good bit of stuff.
But I also got baked goods, so that kind of ate into it.
Who's that one?
Stephanie Delman.
Stephanie Delman. $70 originally. This is a 3-bead set. This is a hard one to let go of. $63 now on sale a little bit for you.
She moved back to Canada.
Did she?
Yeah, she was living in Washington State. Her husband got a job, and they had to move. I guess he changed his job in the middle of COVID, so they just moved to the U.S. from Canada because she's friends with Carrie. Pure or Waffle. What's her last name now? I don't remember. Her something. And then so she and her husband and her family had to move in the middle of the COVID lockdown.
Oh my goodness.
Across the country or across the,
the border.
Mm-hmm.
That couldn't have been fun.
And so she said that they bought a house that they'd never seen. Sight
unseen.
And so she was like, yeah, there's some things that we probably would have not done.
Yeah.
I saw them in Tucson just this past time.
Oh, nice. So this is a 3-bead set. You get the raven on top. You get the center bead here, the little rondelle. Then you get this mega deluxe awesomeness, multi-layered. Look at that. You got that beautiful core with the clear glass, and you got the surrounding black and white. And so all those together, $63 only. Student says, we went to a local Japanese festival Sunday, enjoyed vegan Japanese food from a local Zen center, and a taiko drum troupe, and a floating lantern.
I saw that.
I didn't see that yet, I don't think. I haven't been on Facebook much. Oops.
It looks good.
Let's see here. Donna says, Susan, I saw your pics on Instagram. It looks so cool. Marion says, Stephanie's beads are distinctive.
Yeah.
Kefler, Marion says. Keffeler.
I was calling her Kerfluffle.
Kerfluffle.
She just rolled with it.
Donna says, gosh, those beads are stunning.
Yeah, I've known them a long time. I said, you mean you came all the way here to sell the beads? Because we used to do shows together. And at one point we were set up in Miami. And it was so weird. We were in this merchandise mart, which is something that's like only wholesalers go to, but it was open to the public. And so people were getting like turned away. And then the show promoter turned on rap music like real loud, and we were right in front of the speaker. Mm-hmm. And finally my mom had to go up to the promoter and said, what are you trying to do?
Oh boy.
And so she had to set him straight.
Teresa says, we'll be back. Have to help out at a silver silk tutorial. Tell Nile we say hi. Janice says, went up to 98 degrees here. They're going to 84 tomorrow, says, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's hot out there.
This one?
That one is...
I don't remember that one.
This
I don't even.
Like Maku.
That's what I thought. I didn't even remember packing this one. Maku Raku?
Yeah, that's a different art of the beach show.
See, I should write down when I adopt these, who they are from. I just get I say, oh, I have pictures, and then I don't think about like 6 years later, I'm gonna have to look through 80 bazillion pictures to try to figure out who they are. So this is $28, Maku Raku TB5. Isn't that pretty?
With Marion Kasparian.
She's so fun.
I was set up next to her at one of the shows, and I was freezing. And it was in the middle of summer, and they set us up right underneath the air conditioning vent.
Cool.
And so it was freezing. And she had like a coat and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna get the hypothermia because my head is exposed. And I went back to the hotel and I found every single thing that I owned. And at one point, she came over, and at that time, she had this long, curly, kind of wavy black hair with purple streaks in it. And so she put it on my head like it was her.
Like your hair, like a wig.
Yeah, this was pre-COVID, y'all.
Yeah, it was.
Everybody a little bit closer than they are nowadays.
Right.
Somebody reached over to give me a hug this weekend. I was like, what are you doing? Like, don't you watch the news?
So this is Maku Raku as well. $12, now 10, TB6. It is a connector, has two little bells on it. Janice says those beads remind me of planets. Yeah, they do. They look like planets. Marion says a planet with lots of moons, right? This looks like almost like tree bark. It's so crazy how much it looks like a tree to me. It's so cool. Hmm?
Did you tell them that we may have changed our color scheme at the cottage?
No, I did not. It went from blue to rainbow to now maybe dark green.
We were talking about what would go with the roof. Because originally we were talking about maybe painting the roof. And while we still might do that to seal it for like cracks or kind of, problems.
Yeah.
If there's something that we can do that's like not a priority,
Yeah.
So the dark green, I think, will go well with.
And it should be pretty easy to cover the red. That's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
What covers red well, and without using like layers and layers of paint.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Sue beads, and these are Sue Kennedy. These are little donuts. Which are really cool. They were originally $15. We have them at $13 for you. I have a few more of them coming up too. So if you like these, get the set if you want.
She started doing fused glass, so it's a different technique. She lives nearby too. I don't know why we never see her.
I know.
We used to see her once in a while before COVID.
I know. COVID stopped a lot of things. And we, of course, moved our store just before COVID, so some people don't even realize we're still in town. They're like, oh, they went out of business. No.
Yeah, I know. Somebody said that the other day, and I was like, you mean my business?
Like, we're just down the road. It's like 3 blocks, really.
They're like, remember when there used to be a bead store in town? And I was like, today? Did I remember today?
Today? So.
Like, oh, that's you?
Uh-huh. This is another one in green from Sue Beads, Sue Kennedy.
And they're like, well, we don't get out of the house much.
Then don't be telling people the bead store's closed.
I know. When I heard that, I was like, what you do?
How many people did they tell that to before they found out it was not true?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, how many posts did we do? How many?
Yeah, how many posts do we do a day? You all know. You know how many posts we do in a day or in a week.
Flyers, emails.
We do in groups. I post in the groups at least once a week in all of the local groups I can find about our classes, and usually twice a week to talk about some other things too.
So many things.
Who are these? Do you remember?
Those are Alice St. Germain.
Alice St. Germain.
She lives in Maryland.
I like her a lot.
She's super nice.
She's super nice. She makes awesome glass beads.
I love her. Her company's called the Succulent Bead. I was like, correct.
The succulent bead.
Your beads do look very succulent.
They do.
They look tender and enough to bite.
Right. So this is was originally $38. We're putting it at $34. We can't give you a huge discount on these. We wish we could, but they're worth the price, and they're probably worth more now. These are from our collection. These are old. I mean, pre-pandemic, probably at least 5 or 6 years, but still not super new. And I'm sure prices since the pandemic on glass and everything else have gone way up. I know they have, actually. So you're getting pre-pandemic prices and a little discount on that. But our margins are not as great on some of these things either. $34. Hello, Anissa. Good to see you here. This is finally caught a live auction. I know we've been going so late. You probably have your timeout period lately when we've been doing them. But we've got here live at 5 today. Huh? Anissa.
What's the timeout period?
Oh, that's Anita. Am I thinking of Anita?
Anita's one.
Anita's I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry, Anissa.
Anissa lives in the Pacific Northwest.
So you don't have the timeout period.
You're gonna start making people get nervous.
I know, right? All right, $15 down to $13. Another Sue beads. This is a nice one. This has some nice, beautiful minty greens and some browns. I like that combination. Reminds me of those little pillow mints, right?
You know her son went to IUP.
Who?
Sue Kennedy's son.
Oh, yeah? I think I did know that. It's probably when we saw her more often. I don't know, is she in this area more? She's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, I saw her more when we didn't live there.
I know, right?
But that's different times. We were talking to somebody today about how our business has changed so much. And I was like, I used to be on the road and to trade shows, and I said, never again. But nowadays, it's been so slow in the store.
So I was telling him we're talking about doing some more shows. We'll see.
Yeah, and a lot of our customers that would sell at shows, they're not here anymore.
So this is Diane Hockey. And
I love Diane Hockey.
I do too. This is originally $18. We're giving it to you for $16. Get a little bit of discount, about 10% or so. And this is good for the Halloween time if you want stars and moons, or just any time really.
You know how those people were doing the ice bucket challenge for ALS?
Mm-hmm.
She did her own version, and so she did where she dumped iced coffee on herself. I'm sure there's a video of her doing that
I
somewhere.
bet.
I laughed myself hoarse.
She's funny.
Yeah. She gets shy, though, on camera.
Yeah. She's like a riot in person.
And then we did the podcast with her, and she was like, yes.
I know.
It's still a good podcast. But...
It is. And it's really good if you haven't listened to it yet. But yeah, it was. But we were also at just before the opening of a show.
Yeah, that's stressful.
And it is stressful anyway. But we like to do our podcast in person before all this stuff, before people got used to the Zoom. We always had to do it in person, and we do it before a bead show. And it's a stressful time. It is. Another Diane Hockey bead, TB12, $16. And this is, what did I miss on the other shows? Oh my goodness. Andrew has been doing a lot of destashing and fundraising lots out of his personal collection. If you've missed any, go on the YouTube channel and go to our playlist and check out the live tab, because we've done a lot. There's still a good bit left too. We did 150 lots last week, I think. And then more lots the week before. Here's another one of these. Just slightly different, but Moon and Stars from Diane Hockey. $16 each. Student says, I hope that coffee wasn't hot. No, it was iced coffee. And this is Andrew. I want some vintage seed beads. He's not gotten into the vintage seed bead stash yet. That may be coming. He's got.
I know what you want.
He's got.
Part with some.
He's got boxes and boxes of vintage seed beads coming.
I thought, oh, you know what? The containers are back ordered.
Mm.
And I'm not selling by the hank because that's some messy business.
Yeah, yeah.
That business be falling apart and just looking at it sideways.
Who was that again?
That looks like Chris.
Oh, Alice Saint Germain. I think.
Is that still? I can't see from
here. Yeah, I think this is hers.
That looks like her tag.
Yeah.
You know.
you know
someone's business when you can recognize their tags.
Right.
Somebody was like, what is this thing? And where did I get it? And I zeroed in on where they got it. I located it and I told them, you probably bought this at this time period. And they were shocked and amazed that I could narrow it down. So
I believe this is Alice Saint Germain again. TB 14, $28, down from $32 for the strand originally.
I did it like Sherlock on that show. It was like, I've tasted that onion from that hot dog vendor before.
That gets his onions from the farmer who fertilizes their crops with.
I like that show.
Mm-hmm.
Some people didn't like Lucy Liu. I thought she did a good job.
Okay, Andrew, what's this one?
That's Bo Barrett, Evolving Creations.
Evolving Creations, Bo Barrett. Andrew's like, this is old. He's like, he almost kept this. He was like,
on the fence,
on the fence.
I have one of his other beads, so I'm not like, it did hurt to put this up, but I have another one, so I'm not, it's not like this one though.
So you can see this was $60 way back when Andrew got it. This is probably what, 20 years ago? 15 years ago?
It's 16 years ago.
I was going to say we had the store for 12. This is before that. So TB 15. And the hole in this one goes here and here, if you can see. So it's strung through this way if you want to string it. And it's a hollow bead.
That's weird to think that I'm buying beads.
Right? So there's that one. These are gorgeous, y'all. And this is the best prices I think you're ever going to get on stuff like this.
He didn't make them like that.
Yep.
You know, in hindsight, I should have brought, whenever I did shows, I should have had people sign my beads. Or sign that book of beads. Because I would go to the shows and it was like the who's who of that book.
Right. Here's another one in a beautiful peachy orange color with some reds. Oh, Andrew, you're going to have to take over.
Okay.
I have to go film. Almost lost track of time, y'all. Been having a good time with you. $60 down to $54. It is 6:15 almost. 6:15 I have to go.
I'm gonna eat the cookies.
Huh?
I'm gonna eat the cookies.
You better eat them before I get to them now. Let's do another one or two here.
I have to shove it in my mouth as fast as possible.
And here's another bead by him. This is, wow, this one has some beautiful reflection in it. I don't know how that happens.
Show it on the camera.
I'm going to. $40.
He's over there gazing.
Well, I have to look at it so I can explain it to y'all. I can't see through the...
So into it.
It's better if I look at it first, because looking through the camera is not as... But look at these reflections you get coming off of there when they hit the light. So this was originally $40, now it's $36. It is hollow. It is the holes top and bottom or side to side.
I want to say I met him in Milwaukee or at Bead Fest.
Like, this bead is gorgeous. So Donna says that looks like labradorite. That's stunning. It does look like labradorite. It's got all those same colors in there. That tealy blue, that little bit of yellow, a little bit of purple. Beautiful. Only one of those beads, of course, available. All right. Here's another one when we did the art of the bead in polymer clay. This is from Aaron Praise Hints, and it's a seascape. You can see that there's a starfish in there. Looks like some sponge in there. Just,
We like Aaron.
yeah, she's super nice. And so this is polymer clay. This was originally $24. Now it's down to $21. Oh, Norma has to go to a meeting. Have a good one, Norma. Thank you for joining us.
Meeting.
The Outlander meeting. Everyone's like, I was thinking that. Beautiful. It does look like labradorite, that last one. The last one was a bead. These are, I think these have all been beads, so except the Gollum one was a cab. So isn't this cool? I love this bead. Again, that's another one that I scarfed up from our shows.
He's trying to be nice and not make me have to give up on mine.
I'm trying to let a few go, right? It's hard, y'all. It's hard to let go of your stash. Andrew's like, I know.
He's like, do it every day, bro.
Who are these? Is that?
That's
Oh.
Diane Hockey.
Oh, Diane Hockey? Like, is that Gollum or Diane Hockey? Diane Hockey, little beads. Look at these little beads. So you get 3 of them, $7.50. Originally, these were $9 for the set of 3.
Wow. These are usually like $3 a piece.
Yep, 3 for $6.79. So now they're $7.50 for 3 of them. Only one little package of them available. So if you like those.
I used to hoard those so hard.
She doesn't make a lot of regular beads anymore like that, I don't think.
No, most of it's pictorial beads.
Yeah. Which I love those too, but these are nice too.
I can never get them. Though I did see a couple of them that get scooped up right away. It must be the end times if she's not selling out in the first.
I know. Oh, I gotta go. I'll let Andrew jump in here. He's like, oh.
I was busy.
He's got a project working on. Here's where we're at.
All right, y'all.
The boxes go
I'm gonna need some help.
from here forward and there forward.
Huh.
That's how they're numbered. This is the next one. Goes
Okay.
up and then it starts back.
All right. So I got a meeting at 7:30.
We're gonna feed the kids.
So if somebody could give me a timer at 7:20, that way I can splash some water on my face so I don't look like I've been hauling stuff all day, which we have been. That would be most excellent. All right. So let's see. All right. So the next lot here is TB20. And this is $42 for all of these, y'all. Nikki Thornburg made these. And these were sold by the piece originally, I think. Let me see. I can't see that. Originally $4 each. Says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're getting a deal. A little bit of a deal. So, yeah, I used to do shows with Nikki all the time because we were on the trade show circuit together. So you have these beautiful kind of mustardy yellows with that kind of mid-century modern blue, that very mod kind of color themes over here. And then here are some bumpy beads. So they've got the ivory with this pale gray color. Now let me put some light on this business. I don't know if that makes it better or not. So this is TB20, $42 for the whole strand. That's awesome. She's a really super nice person. She lives down in North Carolina, very talented. She is very disciplined about making, and so she was like, will bust out a bunch of work real quick, which is always surprising to me. Sometimes I'm pretty slow. As somebody said, I got the molasses in my asses, and that's what my dad said.
I just thought of a problem. You have my phone. You need to join the thing on your phone and then switch them, I think.
What the heck is this?
I know. I was like, I started on my phone, but I needed to film. Meanwhile.
Can you get that table? You should be able to lift that up.
Which table?
On your way there. That table that I showed you. Hold on one moment, peeps. We got some interesting things that we're having to do.
You didn't tell me where that table was. Did you send it?
271 on the way. I'm gonna share it to you real fast before I can't do my own.
Do they know I'm picking it up?
Talk to them for a second.
Hello, everybody. It's me still. I have some beads from you. Oh, I don't know. Now I don't know what to talk about. I'm like on the spot.
Show him them what you got in your little hands.
What I got in my hands?
Look how he do.
Getting one of each at least.
Before it's gone.
Before it's gone, because by the time I come back home, there's no guarantee that they will still be available.
Correct. Baked goods is off limit. Like there's
no holds, no reserves in this house on baked goods or snacks.
Correct. Don't ever leave the snack unattended. Because I am awake at the nighttime and I get the munchies, not from you know what I'm. It's not from that. It's just because my mouth is lonely. Do y'all get like that where your mouth gets lonely?
Your mouth gets lonely.
There's a word for this, and I can't remember what the word is, but it's supposed to mean that your mouth gets lonely for whatever it is.
Yeah, it doesn't work in landscape. It doesn't work on my phone
either. Hold on.
There we go.
Hey, stop. This is some ghetto.
No, let's see. I don't know if I can just end it or if that ends it for everybody.
Yo, that's what basically today has been.
Okay, I'm gonna end and see what happens.
Yeah, we sorry about the feedback. Can y'all hear me now? Sorry about that. We had to do when the kids get dropped off with the parents, kind of like that. So here you go. So we're back. Should be fine now. Um, now that William's gone, we can get down, get serious. All right, who's ready for generational trauma? No. Yeah, thank y'all for bearing with us. I know that sometimes when we, go live, it's a little bit like a juggling act or something. All right, so that was TB20. This is TB21. These are also by Nikki Thornburg. I love these kind of mid-century modern vibes. Those colors are great. So you got both of these. These are originally $15 a piece. So you get a little bit of a deal. Like William said, we can't give too much of a deal because, you know, a lot of these we bought full price. So there you go. So a lot of the first couple lots that we're going to show you are lots that are from William's collection that he gathered or that I gathered. I think I got these. I got these probably. I got these beads at Ambler's Beads in Ambler, Pennsylvania. My friend Erica Cessna used to own that shop back in the day, y'all. Eric and I used to write for a bunch of different books and magazines. So if you're interested in this bead set of 2 beads by Nikki Thornburg, if you would like them, please send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com and include the lot number. And if you're new to us or you've changed your address, send us the updated shipping address because that's super important. Danette says, I'm trying to think when it's supposed to cool down some, maybe Friday. Harry says, our house is full of food smells and I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I put uh, some stuff in the crock pot, in the instant pot, before I came on so that later on when we get home tonight from working and after meetings and everything else, we're not starving to death and have to go and cook when you're tired. Danette says, I'm hungry for chocolate chip cookies. I was going to make some today, but too humid and too hot. I feel you. Amanda says, I'm usually always hungry unless I eat a big meal. Um, correct. Donna says, stop showing those cookies. Wow, there you go. Suzanne says, waiting for my hubs to get home, then we can eat. What'd you make? All right. Donna's supposed to cool down Friday and the weekend here in central Alabama. Oh, good. These are also from Nikki Thornburg. Super nice lampwork artisan. She's doing a lot with metal clay right now. If you don't follow her, you should definitely give her a follow. She's doing stuff with Carrie Story. They just launched this new metal clay called Project X. Um, Beyond that, I don't actually know what makes it different, but Carrie, she just started a storefront in this little town in North Carolina, and it seems like people are coming from all over to visit her. So that seems good. Um, so this is TB22. It's $30 for this set of 4 beads. Actually, there's more than 4 beads on here, but those are just spacers. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. These beautiful kind of uh, bitter green, kind of yellowy green with a little bit of that blue, that sky blue action, some cloud magic happening. There you go. All right, so that's TB22, $30 from Nikki Thornburg. Harry says, I posted a picture on Facebook of the honey wheat bread I baked today. Turkey and green bean casserole is cooking. Apple cake is about to go in. That sounds really good. All right, up next is TB23, only $10. And it's one, this bead is also by a lampwork glass bead by Nikki Thornburg. And that would go really well with some of the other beads that we've shown this evening. We used to go to the shows a lot more. And I'll leave this here while I get the other one open. And so we used to go all the time. And then, yeah. We don't go as much anymore because, for one, there aren't as many shows. And then number two, a lot of the artisans, we just don't wholesale as much with a bunch of people. I don't know. I think it's weird, but it is what it is. All right. So this is TB24. It's $31 for these 4 beads. These are really cool. These are by Shar Berman. Oh boy, I'm reaching way back. I can't. Shar Berman, I think. I know these ones were featured in a book called How to Make Glass Beads or The Art of Making Glass Beads or something like that. And so you've got these beautiful swirl patterns. And they're so beautiful. That kind of, that beautiful kind of pale green under those swathes of that kind of ivory with a little bit of that kind of ambery goodness on top, and then these little bumps on the side. This is metallic. Donna says, I think I have one of those beads. Oh, good. Yeah, maybe. I've got a couple more from her coming up. So these are TB24, $31 for that set. Let me check. Says the one with the swirl. I think we might have a couple more coming up. You know, we really have been digging. We moved a bunch of stuff around at the store, and I found a bunch of stuff. I was like, how come? I was kind of getting a little bit after him because I was like, how come this not on the show floor? And I get it. I used to be this way too. Like when you get to the store, people come in and you have good intentions, but then you get wrapped up in helping folks, and you just set it somewhere safe for later, and then that somewhere safe doesn't actually ever happen. So that one's a sturdy one. Oh boy, where'd it go? Sorry about that. All right, so this is TB25, and it's $25. And look at that. It's got that beautiful kind of a periwinkle color with some purple. Danette says, Andrew, how did your spring cleaning go? It's still going. We took a break to do the live, and I have and so I unfortunately we can't finish until later. So it kind of works out because Jen has to do her filming for the Saturday YouTube tutorial, which, if y'all haven't seen her latest one, go swing by the YouTube and check that out. Because that one was pretty fun. And so, yeah, so we've been going since pretty early in the morning. We had to unload the van, and then we picked up some tools. We got a jeweler's bench for the new place, and we also got a rolling mill, which I think this rolling mill is a little bit nicer than the one that I have. So I may keep this one at the cottage and then take the other one up to Johnstown. And so, yeah, if we can do it, we can get everything that we need to have all of the classes um, uh, right here in Ligonier, and then down through my friend who's having spinal surgery. Um, and so, between the two of those, will be set up for success. Um, and so, anyway, so this is a artisan lampwork glass bead by Char Berman. And yeah, I think that's pretty. Do y'all think that's pretty? So people at Touchstone. I was at Touchstone over the weekend, which um, I'll talk more about that. I'll show pictures and stuff later. Some of the stuff that I made is still packed up, and I haven't had a chance to unpack it. So I'll show you all what I made later. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. So this is TB26, and it's $27 for another of Char's beads. So this is kind of a cool one. It's got this kind of side dimple. And so you can see that's got a good, nice hole in that one. And Nisa says, the beads and pieces are wonderful, and please tell the artist I say so. I know nothing about these. Yeah, so before we had a store, I mean, I still do this to some degree, but before I had this store, I used to travel the country doing bead shows. And so whenever we were doing a bead show, I always tried to get a little something from one of the other vendors, because I was designing a lot for books and magazines. So I always like to kind of do the rising tide raises all boats mentality. So I would pick some people that I was friendly with at the shows, and then try to get their pieces published in magazines and in books. And then that way we all kind of like did well, you know. Um, and so a lot of these beads come from that. But we also do art shows at Allegory Gallery. We have a space in our store called the Project Wall. And before the pandemic, we were doing a show on the Project Wall. When we first opened, we did one every month, and I thought I was about to pass out because it was so much work. And not that many people came, to be honest, in the very beginning, because we were just starting out and we didn't have a big customer clientele base, and so sometimes it would just be like me and William and like some of the other shop owners, and it was still a lot of fun. It was a very good learning experience. But now that the pandemic is kind of winding down or whatever, and things are ramping back up, we decided to do some of our in store programming again. So we have a show coming up, actually, and it's opening on October 22nd here in Ligonier, and then online on the 23rd. So even if you can't make it into town, you can still see the show. And it's going to be kind of our Halloween show, and that's going to be up for about a month, and then we're going to go into Small Business Saturday. And I've got some secrets about that, but I can't tell them because it's way too early for that. But our next show is going to be opening on October 22nd. It's a group show, and it's going to be kind of Halloween spooky themed things. And that show is going to, I'm super excited about. I think 16 different artists are participating from all over the country. And it'll be nice to get that going again, because we did take a break for a few years to let things kind of ramp up. And anyways, so we used to do shows all the time, and one of the shows that was really important to me was a show called The Art of the Bead. That show is really important to me because I think there's a, I mean, not y'all, because y'all don't think like this, but there's a stigma about beads. So sometimes people, when they think of beads, they think of cheap or inexpensive, and they just kind of, their instant, cognitive reflex is to think of their earliest experience with beads, which is usually somebody's childhood, working with plastic pony beads. And in people's minds, they associate beading with like childcraft, or doing a fun little project on a rainy day. But they don't necessarily think about beads as small sculpture. And yet we have, it's sometimes it's even more difficult to work on a small scale like this. So, we sometimes I think people prize things because they're like, a giant canvas, but or a monumental sculpture. But then when you think about beads, they're the oldest marker of civilization before written word, and before pottery even. And it goes in every single culture from around the world throughout all of human history. So it's one of those things where it's something that I think there's part of our brain that like acknowledges it and wants to hold it and understand it and be a part of it. And anyways, so I do think that sometimes not enough credit is given to different bead artists who put a lot of time, energy, and resources in honing and refining their skills to work in a way that is conducive to making jewelry and also to being expressive on a much tiny scale. So we would do these shows called The Art of the Bead, and we've done a couple different versions of this where we've done Art of the Bead polymer clay, Art of the Bead glass, and we did a general group show, and I think we had 100 different artists participate. That was a little bit overwhelming, and we almost went flat broke because we had to send back the beads that didn't sell. And so because there were so many of them, it really added up, and it added up super quickly. So we never did it quite like that again, but yeah, those are a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll do that again soon in the near future. All right. Marianne says, switching to my TV because my phone needs charging. Nice. Sandra's watching. Hey, Sandra. So anyways, that bead that I had been fondling for the past like half hour is TB26 and is $27. All right. So some of the beads come from when we did these shows. All right. So this is TB27. This is $15. This is one of Char Berman's beads. It's a small one. It's one of her floral discs. I think that's really lovely. You've got all those beautiful colors. You've got a large hole in there. You know what I think I would do is probably make this into a ring. Sweet Pea Gem says, what is TB26 glass? Yes, it's glass. Right now, most of the beads I've shown and William has shown so far is artisan made lampwork glass. And these ones, we do know most of the makers. Like there was a day on one of the DSash days that I just didn't remember. And you know what? My memory is getting worse and worse. So, I probably should write down things that I do remember right now because I was thinking of somebody that I knew very well, and their name just escaped my brain. So, but anyway, so this is one of Char's pieces. This is TB27, $15 for that floral disc. I think that would make a really cool ring, maybe like a fidget spinner ring. I could easily see that, or as like a wire wrapping it through there, and then putting a bail. That could be really pretty. Maybe layering it with like an antique coin that's like a punch in the center. I think that would be really fun. I love to think about, my thing is I could look at beads all day and start designing stuff. And then I wouldn't sell anything because I want to keep it for my own stuff. All right, this is going to be TB28. Oh, and I think this is a Nikki bead. This got jumped the orders. This is Nikki Thornburg Studio. And there's some beads, if you check out them earlier, that kind of go along with this. It's kind of got a greenish gray color as a background. And then these beautiful kind of puddles of this, this like glacier blue with little bits of ivory, like snow caps floating in the middles of them. And that's a really beautiful bead by Nikki Thornburg of North Carolina. That's TB28 and is $20 for this bead. Yeah, hopefully you all have been having you had a good restful weekend or did something fun for Labor Day if you celebrate. We have been cleaning, and we're still not done, but we did make a lot of progress. I wish we would made more progress, but that it is what it is at this point. All right, this is TB30. It's $28. This is by Hannah Rossner, and it's kind of like a mandala, a rainbow mandala. Nice big hole. Amanda says, if anyone else has an Etsy shop, I will favorite your shop if you like. That's nice. That's a great way to collaborate on boosting each other's signals. A definitely good way to get the word out about each other. So I think that I just love her work. Her and her partner, Sean Tucker, they do a lot of work. And they make some really beautiful things. Now, Hannah, she is a seed bead artist in addition to a lampwork glass bead artist. So I think that she thinks about her lampwork design. She could correct me if I'm wrong, but she thinks about them in a very practical way, in the way that they could be incorporated. So she'll build in like versatility of how things are strung or how seed beads could be incorporated. Like there's a great big hole right here in the middle, and you could fit several different strands of seed beads in there, and then they could easily drape over these kind of impressed areas. And I think that that could be a really beautiful and stunning focal piece that's incorporating seed beads. So I do think that she is aware of that when she's making her designs, and it shows, because sometimes people make stuff and they're not actually jewelry makers, they're bead makers, so they don't necessarily always think about how they're going to be incorporated in jewelry. So sometimes people will make these really amazing pieces, but then not think about how they're going to be used, and they kind of just a little bit hard, they're a little bit more difficult. So I always appreciate it when a bead maker thinks about how it will be used in jewelry. And you may end up doing something completely different. Oh, speaking of what people will do with, I'll show this to you while I'm talking. So this is TB29, it's $25, And this is another one of Nikki's beads. This is more of her kind of signature style, kind of, oh, look at that, those the bum cheeks. Um, anyways, um, so, um, oh, I was gonna say, I always appreciate what other people do with beads. And so, if you did not know, I'm participating in a contest with Ava Motherwell. She invited us. She's Ava Motherwell of the Whole Bead Show. She invited me to participate in a friendly kind of competition with some other designers. And so she sent out a kit, mostly vintage plastic, and a fun kind of fuchsia with blue and purple and black and red. There's a lot to pick from in that kit. And so she sent us those things, and we all had to make things that were inspired by the kit and put our own spin on them. And so I was one of the lucky ones who was invited to participate, and voting is currently up. I know many of you who are watching have already gone out and supported. And thanks to your help, I think I'm currently in the lead. Believe it or not, y'all. Holy smokes. Small but mighty, y'all. Some of the people, they have like 100,000 followers, and we have not that many, and we're currently in the lead. So I think that that's all because of y'all. And, that really means a lot to me because, we're so grateful for all of you, and we would not be able to do what we do without you. So thank you for helping in all of the ways that y'all do. I don't know if I won yet, though, and it's too close to say. There is a high likelihood that I could fall out of first place relatively easily because it's only a couple people different. So, yeah. All right. So here's another Hannah Rossner piece, another kind of mandala. This is almost Christmassy vibes to me, but and like a goth Christmas. I really like that. That's a beautiful kind of mix of that kind of Kelly green with black and a little bit of that kind of yellowy gold with that really vibrant and powerful red. It's got this beautiful kind of snowflake shape. Definitely a large hole in there, so you can do a lot of stuff with that. And I think this could be easily worn on a necklace just by making a wire wrap loop or making a beaded loop to go through that great big hole and hanging it from a chain or whatever. And there you go. It's a beautiful lampwork glass piece by Hannah Rossner. Donna says, "Yay, that's wonderful, Andrew. Thank you, Donna." Amanda says, "Congratulations. Yours is really neat. I love it. Thank you so much." Yeah, I really appreciate that. A lot of you showed up, and that means a lot to me. All right. Up next is TB32. It's going to be $10. And this is kind of a hodgepodge collection. So when we were in Tucson, and I'm almost 100% certain that the little boy did not carve these, but there was a little boy, he's probably like 10 or so, and he kind of looked like me when I was that age. And I guess his dad and mom had set up at one of the shows, and they were rock carvers. And so he wanted to be in the family business. So he set up a little station and he was carving rocks. And it was super, super dang cute. And for being such a little kid, he was super talented. But, anyways, I have a little collection. I got these. I'm pretty sure he did not carve these, but you never know. So there is this little turtle. This is a rose quartz turtle bead. And the hole goes through the breastplate down through the bum hole cheeks. So there's that carved rose quartz. This is opaline, which is an opalescent glass. Isn't that pretty? And the hole goes from top to bottom. I love opalescent glass, y'all. And here's another one. So if you needed to have a little matching earring set, there you go. So these, for those 3 beads, it's TB32, $10. Teresa said, did you already have a number 32? I think so. No, this, I don't know. This is, well, this one, you just say that this is a TB32 with a carved animals, and we'll know. Amanda says, me too, I love opal glass. We did this and we were so hot from digging around. We moved a lot of the stuff that was in the back. If you've never been to our shop, our current space, our store is pretty much divided into 2 rooms, and there's like the front room, and then there's like a back room that's the classroom space. And we divided that back room with a partition wall to have an area for our online store. And so when Barb moved all of the stuff over to the cottage to be the fulfillment center out of there, that freed up a lot of space. And so we started cleaning, and we're moving the wall around, and we were getting it so that we could make more space in the back room, which is super important coming up. And anyway, so we put a lot of the stuff, at least temporarily, into our garage until we can kind of spend more time to go through things and really be mindful about getting everything kind of set up. And so we did that, and so then we had to go and dig through some of the boxes to get things. And so yeah, we were very hot and very tired, and still am. All right, this is lot TB33. I got all kinds of goodies tonight. We the first kind of bunch, we were focusing on artisan made lampwork glass. Now we're getting kind of like wild. Who knows what's gonna happen next? Like these ones are like ceramic pods. These are made from our friend Marcia Neal Studio. She's an amazing person. I have one lot of this available. It's TB33, $10 for the pair. And these are ceramic pods by Marcia Neal Studio. I gotta pick it up because I have a meeting that I'm helping run, and I've got only a little bit of time. So, all right. So this is lot TB34, and it's $4 for a pair. And I have 2 pairs of these. And so these are decoupage beads, and these have free to call on them. So these ones were handmade in the Philippines. So $4 for the 2 beads there. That's TB34. And I've got 2 lots of these specific decoupage beads. So it's TB34, $4 for a pair of decoupage beads made in the Philippines. I love Frida Kahlo. Even before she was famous, I loved her work. I mean, she's always been famous in my mind, but she like blew up in the last couple years and is like, you know, on children's cartoons and all kinds of stuff. But one of the things that they never show of hers that I love She did a series of still lives, and I just love them, and nobody ever shows those. All right, so this is lot TB35. It's $3 for a pair. I only have one pair of these. These are also Frida Kahlo, and they're a little bit smaller than the previous lot. So you get 2 of these beads, and these are decoupage. They're handmade in the Philippines. All right, that was TB35, $3 for a pair. I only have one pair of those. Susan says, for a long time, Frida seemed to take a back seat to her husband, Diego Rivera. That's a common thing that happened, There was an article, and it was about her, but it constantly, like, referred to Diego Rivera. And, like, it was basically an article about Diego Rivera through the eyes of Frida Kahlo, because, anyways. So, because back then it was different, I mean, it's still like that nowadays. It's still like that. Um, 2 other Frida um, beads, decoupage beads. That's TB36, $3 for this pair. I love her work. I made a piece out of crystals that was like referential to her painting, where she has a necklace made of thorns with a bird. And it was all made of S-word crystals, and it looked pretty scary, and it actually was a little bit scary, but it was also very delightful. All right, I think I want a prize for that, but it's been so long that it's done evaporated from my brain. This is TB37, $3 for the pair. These are decoupage beads with Frida beads, and they are rounded corner squares. And yeah, I think that, yeah. All right, so it's TB37, $3 for the pair. Yeah, I love her work. There's a lot of artists who are working around that time that I love their work, like Remedios Sparrows and Lenora Carrington and Dorothea Rockburn. I really love a lot of those. So this is TB38, $3 for the pair. These are also decoupage beads. The core beads, if you're wondering, I've been told they're made out of bamboo. And then they put an eco resin on top of the paper that they've decoupaged on. So that's TB38, $3 for the pair. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because I've got to get to that meeting, and we've got a lot of ground to make up. All right. So this is TB39, also $3 for the pair. Those are not areolae, unless you want them to be. These are decoupage beads from the Philippines, and this is TB39. It's kind of like an abstracted mandala, like a floral motif. That looks like more like a mandala to me. So it's TB39, $3 a pair. Susan says, I love Lenora's and Leonora's and Remedios' work. And Lenore Feeney, she's kind of in that same kind of club. This is TB40, $3 for the pair. That's not 31, y'all. That's $3. And that's another one of these decoupage mandala beads, handcrafted in the Philippines. That's TB40, $3 for the pair. All right. Yeah, those are fun. I love that with using some kind of textile. They're nice and lightweight, so you can make earrings with them without a problem. I think that's how we had originally had them planned out, to make a bunch of earrings with them, and then we just never did. That's TB41, $3 for the pair. We've got another one that's kind of like that kind of autumny color mandala. Yeah, so those are really cool. That's TB41, $3 per pair. All right. I hope I'm not going too fast for anyone. Sometimes what I do when I'm watching these videos is I write things down as I go. Though I would recommend to claim as you go, but I know that sometimes when we're going faster, it's harder. This is TB42. It's $3 a pair. This is another one of another set of decoupage beads, and those are really fun. That's TB42, $3 a pair. Do you have any fun or exciting plans for this week? The meeting tonight is for BIPOC blacksmith, which I'm pretty excited about. All right, so the next lot, I have multiple lots available. There are 8 of these available, and they're all a little bit different. So if you want them to be exactly the same, there's going to be minor differences. And these were also handcrafted in the Philippines. I'm going to show you one, and then I'll show you another. And so this is all string art. You can't see on the back, but they're all strings. And then they embedded the strings in resin, and then they cut them down. So, and polished and smooth. So they're all a little bit different, but along the same lines. These are really cool string art resin beads or pendants, and they're $3, and I have 8 pendants available. So that's TB43 for $3 each. And they're relatively the same, so you could definitely make earrings. If it bothers you that they're not exactly 100% exactly duplicates, then you know that's harder. We always do our best to kind of match people up, but you know we get it. Danette said, I know this is kind of off subject, Andrew, but when I was on the Allegory Gallery website today buying beads, the Halloween 2022 Inspiration Kit number 11 is listed for $422. I have no control over the website, but thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. It's probably just a typo. William had to re-input all of the prices for the Halloween kits because of the sale going on. So there is a sale going on right now that ends at $11.59 tonight in the online store only. And I can mention that to him. However, the best thing that's probably going to be the thing to do is to, especially if it's something that you're looking at and are interested in, just go over and email us at info@allegorygallery.com, and I can remind William later. But I don't do any of the online store, so I don't really know how. So it's all William that does that. But maybe soon. All right, these are really fun. So this is lot TB44, and it's $5 per strand. I have 5 strands of these. These are super cute. These are little ceramic stars. They're beads. And I have 5 of these little shorty strands. So you get these really cute little beads. Those would make such cute little earrings or like a charm bracelet. So charming. So that's lot TB44, $5. And I have 5 of these strands available. So if you're interested in that, let us know. All right, TB44, $5 per strand of star beads. All right. This is lot TB45, and I have these silver plated bronze charms. And I think you can't get these anymore, but how does this go? I think it's like this. And I got fingerprints all over it, but, or no, it's like this. And this is, does anybody know what that is? Can you see it? Yeah, can you guess what this is? All right, so I'm gonna let y'all guess, but this is TB45, and it's $5.25 each, and there's only 2 of these available. Do y'all know what this is? Pennsylvania, correct. Yeah, that's where we live. So that's a silver-plated bronze charm, TB45, $5.25. Then that says, looks like the state of Pennsylvania, correct. All right, so here's a kind of a random lot. This is TB46. These are some vintage glass beads that are done in Africa. And you get all of these beads for only $10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get 9 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get 10 beads. This is African beads. And yeah, this is really fun. These are vintage, probably antique at this point, African glass beads. That's done, so this technique is called millefiori, which means 1,000 flowers. And what they do is they make canes. So there are these rods of glass that when they're sliced perpendicularly, they create little segments that are then fused into the surface. So like this is a little star cane. This is the little cross cane. So, and sometimes they'll take even the whole thing and kind of put it on an angle, and then you get these kind of weird and funky, like this was a chevron bead at one point that they put embedded in there. So there are different beads made out of beads, and they're all melted and pressed together, and they have pretty ample size holes. This is lot TB46 and is only $10 for all 10 of these. All right. I share a drink. All right, this is lot TB47. This is $10. And these are made in the same way, but I believe these are antique Japanese beads, and they're done in the same way, but they're a little bit different. You can kind of tell. But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that these are Japanese beads. And sometimes the one when the pattern kind of breaks down like that, usually those are called end of day beads. And so basically they would take the frit or the chips or whatever that was left over at the end of the day, and then kind of pile them into a into like a pile, and then make beads using all the kind of end of day pieces. So normally throughout the day, they have to like replicate and practice and get certain beads exactly right. And so this is kind of like that. But they take all the pieces left over and then smush them up when it's hot. And there you go. That's what creates that pattern. So we were always called them end of day beads, but I'm pretty sure that these are Japanese ones. All right, so this is TB47, $10 for all of the beads in this lot. Amanda says, do they still make beads in Japan? Yes. They still, crafts are alive and well in Japan. There are a lot of really amazing and talented artists there. The thing that's different about Japan is they also do a thing called a national treasure. So people who are craftspeople who have been doing stuff for a long time or have a special expertise, they're given a status that's called national treasure. And they get exhibition opportunities, and it's a really wonderful way of preserving crafts and denoting them as special. All right, so I have a lot of these. These are beads that we imported from the Czech Republic directly. And these may be a little bit off season, but it's never too late to plan. And I think a heart never goes out of style. So we have these beautiful kind of cranberry glass colored hearts with gold on top, a gold luster paint. And if you're worried about the paint coming off, it's pretty durable. It's a vitriol paint that they then fire on there. So it's pretty stuck down. I mean, it's like anything. If you rub anything enough, it'll start breaking down and coming apart. But these ones are really nice. And it's TB48, only $1 per pair of these Czech glass hearts that we imported directly. So that's TB48, and it's $1 a pair. And we have many of those available. I think we have 30 lots of those available. I think at one point I was going to go and make those into a production line. And yeah. Susan, so they know that some glass makers, Fenton used to mix slag glass, which is all the end of day stuff mixed together. Some of the slag pieces can be very valuable. All right, so this is TB49, $1 a pair. These are also heart beads or charms. This beautiful kind of silvery, pale periwinkle blue with a little bit of a luster on top. You can see, well, it's hard to see actually, but it's got that pale purple with kind of a goldish luster and patina on these. I think I have 30 pairs of these. So, I don't know if that makes it easier to see, but there you go. So that's TB49, $1 a pair, and I have, I believe, 30 pairs available. So these are really good if you want to make kind of a signature style, you know. I don't think anybody else has these because we imported directly from the Czech Republic for those. All right, so this is going to be lot TB50, also $1 a pair, 30 lots available. You've got this really beautiful pink color with this kind of golden shine to it. It's very, very pretty. I think it's very attractive. I know not everybody loves a pink, but this is kind of like a pink garnet. So in my mind, it's a little bit more subdued because sometimes people are like, oh, that's too pink. It's like a Pepto-Bismol. This is like opposite of that, where it's like a slightly more earthy, but still a little bit blingy finish. So this is TB50, $1 a pair, multiple lots available. And if you're claiming for the first time, to claim, all you have to do is send us an email with your current shipping address and the lots you want. That's the bare essential. Oop, let me put that back in there because I didn't put the label on. Amanda says, OMG, those are stunning. Thank you. I think they just glow. They're really beautiful. All right, this is lot TB51. Also $1 a pair. And it's got that kind of a more blue, purpley, violet color with a little bit of that rosy kind of gold sheen to it, kind of like a rose gold sheen. So you get two of these kind of charm pendants. And that's TB51. And on here, it looks like it's blue. When you hold it up, it becomes more purpley. And it's that funny how color works? I mean, this could look completely different than something like this. So that's TB51, $1 a pair, multiple lots available. All right, I have to go soon. So I'm going to try to get as much in before I have to go. My last call is 7:25. I probably can push it. All right, here's a really cool piece. This is an older piece. I probably could have polished this up, but sometimes I don't polish things in case somebody wants a patina and they don't have liver of sulfur and stuff like that. So if you want to polish this down, you can definitely do that. But this stunning piece is sterling silver. You can see that it's got the mark 925. And then it's also got this beautiful kind of strawberry quartz where it's got all those kind of flakes in there. So this is almost like a sunstone, you know, like a really juicy. But I believe this is that looks to me like a strawberry quartz, but it does look like also a sunstone. So maybe if you polish it up, it has that less kind of brownishy kind of red thing because there's some real good sparkle in there. So that's what makes me lead to believe that that's a sunstone. Anyways, so this part is a garnet. That's a pain in the butt to kind of set a garnet like that. But this pendant is only $32. Donna says TB51 reminds me of Alexandrite glass. Yeah, I could see that. So if you're interested in TB52, it's $32. You know what to do. Right. So up next is TB53. It's only $4 and it's a ceramic heart component by Christy Roeder. Is that how you say her last name? She's on the other side of the state. Her name's Christy. That's TB53, $4 for this heart charm. All right, I'm going to move this aside. So this is TB54, also $4. And it's another ceramic heart charm. This has more of a teal in the inlaid part. And then the back is that color as well. Maybe not as saturated as on the front, but that's TB55 for $4. And let's see. I got the other one. All right. Coming up is lot TB55, and this is also $4, and it's kind of an orange and ivory situation. This is ceramic, and that's really pretty. All right, that's TB55, and then let me see. They got a little bit out of order, y'all. Well, let's see. All right. Let's just jump into sorry about this, y'all. We might be missing. Oh, there it is. All right. All right. So up next is TB56. And it's a really pretty kind of a lavendery purple heart charm, also by Christy. This is ceramic. That's TB56 for $4. And then we've got a lampwork glass bead from Sarah Sally Legrand. This one is really super cool. And it's almost like it's trapped in ice. I think it's such a cool, like there are little floral elements, but it's almost got like a Tim Burton vibe to it, where there are these really cool kind of arabesques. She's out of the Kansas City area. All right, so it's TB57, $50 for TB57. All right, up next is TB58. It's $28 for this set. These are by Chris Schnabel. I can't say her last name. You know who I'm talking about. She's pretty cool. I like her a lot. It's KRIS. And she made these. So that's TB58, $28 for the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beads. All right, TB58 for $28. All right, so I'm gonna do 2 more. I had a bunch of prepared, but I think we're gonna have to restart. And there are some really good ones that I wanted you to see today, but y'all will have to just tune in tomorrow because there's this one. It's this lampwork glass, and they're done in little segments so that you could make like a cuff bracelet. Isn't that neat? And I want to say Chris also made these. So this is TB59 for $18 for the set of 3 beads. All right. And then I'll leave off on TB60 because I have to run. This is $16 for this one. This is made by our friend Teresa of Lily Studio. She does almost like kind of feel like stained glass pieces, but sandwiches little flowers in there. That's really sweet. So this is a Lily Studios pendant, and it's soft soldered on the edges. It's got that really beautiful tiny little flower in there. So this charm here is $16. Originally we had this for $18, so you're getting a little bit of a discount. All right, y'all, I have to go. I have more. You can see I got more for y'all, but I have to go. Maybe if this meeting goes well, I'll pop on later. But I don't know because this is the first time we're meeting up, so it's going to be interesting. So I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully you have a great rest of your week. And yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow. All right, see ya. Bye.